Hi everybody and welcome to another super exciting edition of C4. Let's meet the teams. Hello Dominic Swire.
Robert.
How are you today?
I'm wonderful.
You're looking very jolly. Why is that?
Because I'm feeling jolly. It's no coincidence.
There you go. And why are you wearing a tie?
Well, you look smart, you feel smart. That's what I say.
It's almost like you work at a professional media organisation. Okay, and you're joined by the delightful He Young. Hello.
Hello.
What does your t-shirt say?
A brand.
I bet you feel stupid because it's a jumper. Okay, let's move to the right. Hello.
Hello.
It's you, that's right. Okay. If you can't get your name right, what can you do? So, what are you doing here today?
I'm on the show.
That is
participating.
Pretty obvious. There we go. And also we're joined by Jing Jing. Hello.
Hello.
What school do you work at?
Everybody knows the answer. I work for Lalo School.
Oh, we got some free advertising amongst our 10 viewers. Anyway, first story, please. Who wants to buzz in? Oh, okay, Dominic, I'm afraid I'm going to have to give it to the lady because I'd rather take her to my room.
I didn't touch
Okay, Jing Jing, what is going on in this picture? What's this furry little beast?
This is probably the reincarnation of Bob being held pathetically in the farmer's hand.
Could I check with you, first of all, who's Bob?
Rob, I'm sorry.
Okay, well, once you recover from your retardation, let's go over to Dominic Swire. Hello.
Hello, Rob. This is a story about rat farms.
Rat farms, indeed, yes. And what is the relevance of rats in the news?
This lady and presumably other rat farmers are farming rats. They're farming
We're
rats.
really getting to the bottom of this story, aren't we, Dominic?
Done my research. Apparently they're a delicacy in some parts of China, and they can be used to make fur coats.
Fur coats, but also to cure what, Lu Yen?
Diseases.
Dominic Swire thinks he works in a hotel. Yes, what is it?
Well, according to my research, they're believed to cure baldness in certain parts of China. So my
Not in other parts of the world.
Yeah, my question is, does it depend on where you eat them to how
Oh, sorry,
effective they
Dominic,
are?
I ruined your joke. Okay, but do you think that it's true, Jing Jing, that this can cure baldness, eating a rat?
It might be true. But I wouldn't eat it to cure my disease.
Okay, but you're not going
But if it's
bald.
a delicacy, I wouldn't mind giving it a try.
Is your hair real?
Yeah.
Can I touch it?
After the show.
Oh, I'm not talking about the hair on your head either. What about? Oh yes.
Oh dear God.
Disgusted look.
Carry on.
I think the fur of these rats might attract some people here because I know there's a huge market in China to buy fur products, but I think it's perfectly justified and just as good to buy artificial fur.
Okay, but my question for you, He Young, is would you ever wear a coat made of rats? Pretty
Artificial?
sure that's a song by Dolly Parton, isn't it? But anyway.
No, because personally, I think these look like a gene-mutated radioactive rats. These are pretty scary.
For the sake of my bosses at CRI, that is just He Young's opinion. It's not the actual story.
I think it looks like that.
Okay, well the actual story is that this woman, Shi Dan, is that right?
Should be done, yeah.
Thank you very much.
Sounds
Okay,
like it.
she has over 2,000 bamboo rats in Guizhou province. What do you know about Guizhou?
There is a lady breeding bamboo rats.
Why are you here? Okay, and actually, I've got to say that rat meat is actually quite expensive because it's twice the price of beef and 4 times the price of chicken or pork. Yes, Jing Jing?
It might be even more nutritious. Is that why it's more expensive?
I only work here, I haven't got a clue.
Maybe it's just rare. Maybe it's just rare.
She's got over 2,000 of them, and they can grow to 4 kilos in size, and there are already 18 rat farms in the county, so I don't think it's that rare. Dominic, you're a vegetarian.
Maybe I'll have to reconsider after this rumour about curing baldness.
Okay, but Dominic, you're not going bald. What's the point?
Well, not yet, I don't know.
Okay, not on your head anyway. Okay, Jing Jing, if a young man invited you to his house and offered to cook you a delightful meal, and then he pulled out of the oven a baked rat, what would you do?
I would probably eat it. That depends on how much I love this person.
Okay, what would happen if Mr. Laoluo tried to force you to eat a rat?
He wouldn't force me, but if he invited me to, you know, have a rat dinner, I wouldn't
Maybe
refuse.
he could, if he liked you a lot, he could buy you a coat, a beautiful fur coat made of rat.
Yeah.
Let's very quickly move on to the next story, please. Okay, what's the relevance? Oh, yes, you've buzzed in. What is this sign about?
Well, I don't see anything new about this, but banning smoke.
Smoke.
Anybody else? Yeah.
Cigarettes.
Smoking. Very good. Okay, we'll send you to Lao Law for a few lessons.
I wouldn't mind.
I wouldn't mind either.
How much does it cost to study at Lao Law, by the way?
It really depends. We have different courses, and the cost ranges. There is a wide range.
What's the most expensive course possible?
You can pay as much as you want. We wouldn't refuse that.
That doesn't make any sense. Okay, Liu Yan, let's move back to the story of smoking.
Okay.
What is the relevance in the news this week of cigarettes?
Apparently, some survey comes out and says currently the rate of people smoking in China is 28%, and that's just too high. So the Chinese government wants to keep it below 25%.
Okay, it was actually, the current rate is 28.1%, so you were 0.1% off. But at CRI, that doesn't matter. Were you going to say something?
Yes.
Okay.
I think
Dominic, what do you think about this attempt to cut down the number of smokers?
I think it's an ambitious idea, but whether it will be successful or not is a big question.
Okay, I want. Oh no, she's. I think we actually caught that on camera where you tried to stroke Dominic Swire. But yes, would you like to say
It's
something?
only natural.
Oh, and you're a very hairy young man. Have you been eating rats? I bet you have. Okay, vegetarian, my arse. Okay, so what would you like to say?
I was going to say that there's this new set of guidelines coming out, and the target is to reduce smoking in China by 3%. And that is quite a lot.
That, considering that the population of this nation is bordering a lot, that is a lot. Okay, I don't want to guess what the population is because could be cut out. But anyway, how will the government achieve this smoking ban? Jing Jing.
They will put graphic signs like this on the package of the cigarette.
Weren't they supposed to do that 7 years ago, Liu Yan?
I don't know. Not
Oh, Liu
working
Yan
at all.
wants to keep his job in this state media organisation. Dominic Swire, would you like to go out on a limb and say that they were supposed to do this 7 years ago?
Well, they definitely signed up to a treaty to increase the efforts to reduce smoking 7 years ago, and they have received criticism from in the country and outside for maybe not doing as much.
Dragging their heels? Could we say that?
Well, it's a very complex problem in China. It's a big problem because the government owns the organisation that regulates the cigarette industry as well as controlling cigarettes.
You mean it's
products.
all basically owned by the same institution?
Well, this is one of the problems.
Conflict of interest, yes.
I think the lobby groups for these cigarette companies are extremely powerful, and I think government have good intentions, but how do you carry it forward? That is, really what we're discussing here.
Okay, but I have to say, there is a smoking ban at the moment in public places. I'll get to you, don't worry. There's a smoking ban at the moment in public places like restaurants, but no one enforces it. You even see cops sitting in restaurants smoking, even though it's apparently illegal everywhere. So how can you enforce something that people aren't willing to enforce? Jingers.
Well, talking about the comprehensively banning smoking in public areas, I don't think it makes sense because I think smokers and non-smokers, although I hate smokers, by the way, I don't think it's good, although it's bad in a lot of ways, but it's totally legitimate. I think both smokers and non-smokers, they are taxpayers, so they should have the right to use public facilities as well. So I don't think this ban is it's good, it's reasonable in the first place.
Could you date a smoker?
I wouldn't.
Okay, I'm a non-smoker. Okay. Oh, Dominic, you're looking a bit excited. What's up?
Even if they bought you a rat coat.
Okay, I regret going to Dominic. Yes, carry on.
Well, I am completely for the ban, and I would, I hope that, well, I don't know how they're going to enforce it. Maybe just by, giving the right to all the restaurants to find these people in the first place or something, just not, but still, yeah, I think, for us non-smokers, we have the right to enjoy fresh air indoors and not be violated that right from somebody sitting next to me who smokes.
I have to say,
Yeah,
I
I
certainly
agree.
don't enjoy being violated. Liu Yan.
I agree with Hui Yang completely. I'm also 100% for the ban. But I think, actually those restaurants, they have the right to fine people. They just don't want to do it.
And
because
they
don't want to
often
offend
have
anyone.
big no smoking signs up, and you have people sitting next to the no smoking signs smoking. It's shocking, isn't it, Dominic Swire?
it is shocking, but I think it must have an effect in some of the places, like the bigger restaurants. Maybe the smaller restaurants, people don't care so much, but you can't imagine, you can't expect everybody to obey the law like this immediately when there's been such a culture of just smoking everywhere. So, but I think it will have an effect gradually. Hopefully.
I once went to a restaurant in Wudalco. I was only there to pick up girls, and basically I went in and they had a smoking section and a no smoking section, and I said, can I please sit in the no smoking section because I don't want to smoke. They said, sorry, we have to fill up the smoking section first. That's the kind of logic that you're dealing with here in China, Dominic Swire.
Then you're left on your own.
I don't understand. Jing Jing. What happens if a parent smokes in Laoluo school while they're waiting for their child to emerge from one of your super expensive classes?
We don't take kids. We teach adults. So they
Okay.
can, they have their choice.
They can actually smoke in the school?
They can smoke in the smoking area.
Don't you educate them that smoking is wrong?
That's not our responsibility. We
Okay.
teach them English.
Okay, but their health is unimportant.
It's important. It's their
She's
own
not falling for the
responsibility.
trick.
So basically, she wants their money, but if they die, it doesn't matter. I'm disgusted. I'm moving on to the next story immediately. Please. Okay, Dominic Swire has buzzed in to talk about a man's willy hanging out of a bus. What is it?
I just have one thing to say. Thank God he opened the window. That's it.
Next story, please. No, we have to continue, unfortunately. What is going on, Jing Jing?
A passenger is relieving himself on a public bus.
Are you excited when you look at this picture?
No, I'm not. I'm not as excited as you are, at least.
Lucky I've got this book. Okay. Young, would you like to give us more details about this weeing man?
Unfortunately, I don't know where this happened.
It happened in Xiamen.
In Xiamen.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm surprised. It sounds like a very, civilized province.
Well, you get
and,
boo classy people everywhere, don't you?
I guess so.
Except in England,
That's wrong.
because we all came to Beijing. See what I did, Dominic? Okay.
See what you did, Rob.
But anyway, Liu Yan, there's been a lot of soul searching about morality and civic consciousness based on this man who couldn't hold his wee in and therefore, rather than weeing himself, weed out of a window. If you were in this situation and your bladder was full to bursting and you were stuck on a bus, would you wee out of a window or wee in your pants?
Probably neither.
What other option is
I
there?
would find a bottle and pee in it.
Okay, that is a suitable alternative. Very good. Jing Jing, as a lady, you don't have a willy, so what would you do?
I would probably do what Liu Yan will do.
That sounds incredibly inappropriate, yet
I mean,
exciting. Time for the
after I
book again.
storm out of the bus and then find a quiet place where no one can see me.
Okay, but these buses are really crowded, and if it's stuck in traffic, there's nowhere for you to go. Anyway, I'll leave you to think about that, because I'm definitely thinking about it. Young, what do you feel when you look at this man?
I think there is a possibility that he is mentally challenged.
You mean like suffering from retardation?
Yes.
Okay. Would that be fair to say, Dominic Swire? Or do you just think he's a dirty beast?
Difficult to say from a photograph. I mean,
That is quite true. We would be basically like those Nazis that wipe people out if we started judging people based on photographs. Good one.
but if you look very closely at this photograph,
Yeah.
it does. Is that a drinks advertisement on the side of the bus?
I think he's weeing on a bottle, not in a bottle. So almost there, Liu Yan. Almost there. What about you, Dominic? Would you prefer to wee yourself or to wee out of the window?
It is the ultimate moral dilemma, and I'm not sure I can answer that question without being there.
Okay, it is a particularly tough one to figure out. I've got to say, Jing Jing, one of my questions is, Chinese people always say that they love their country, but then they do things to make their country look bad. This has gone on Weibo and it's gone international, and it's made China look like a place where people frankly just wee out of windows when they feel like. Why do they do that?
I mean, this is a rare case. It is just an individual doing some uncivilized
But
action.
did you not read
but
the story
it
about
happens
the boy
everywhere.
who did the poo on the subway? The boy who did the poo on the subway. Yeah?
So just two very rare examples.
Okay,
in China.
I can think of more, but I shan't mention
I think
them.
this is the power of mass media, and one small
Step.
thing, like Jing Jing said, it's being
Can spread very
magnified.
quickly.
One small poo for man, one giant we for mankind. Is that what you were getting?
No.
Okay, forget it. Would you break up with someone who did this, Jing Jing?
I wouldn't date someone like this.
No, but
in
if
the
you were
first
dating
place.
someone who was super classy and he dressed in a tuxedo like James Bond, and he took you to nice restaurants where you ate foie gras and filet mignon and stuff like that,
And bought you a rat coat. Sorry, carry on.
I'm going to move on to the next story. If you do that again.
I'm tired.
Would you, if you saw him on Weibo or online, weeing out of a window, would you say, "Dear God, I cannot date this man anymore because we're going to have simple children"?
I would ask him why he did it. If he really couldn't hold it, and I would probably forgive him.
Okay, so it's forgivable once, but if he did it twice, no. How many times could he do it before you broke up with him?
You got
Not
to a
too
line
sure.
of 3.
Once.
Okay, I'm just making a mental note so that you know, like I can get away with it 3 times. Yes.
Well, I think not very long ago, there's this other incident of somebody peeing in the subway, and
Yeah, Hangzhou.
yeah. Oh,
Unfortunately, my hometown.
your hometown. Sorry.
Didn't you go to
About
university there?
Yes, I did.
And you went to the best university in Hangzhou.
Yes, I did.
Hangzhou University.
Zhejiang University.
Oh, Zhejiang University. Oh, there we go. Okay. Well done, Lu Yan. That's why you work here. Anyway.
So maybe
Oh.
there aren't enough toilets. You know, like when you have so many people just doing this kind of outrageous stuff.
We should have a toilet actually on the bus.
Well, that would be helpful, but that's very costly.
And
Never
also
mind.
there's no room for it. You could just stick your buttocks out of the window. Anyway, let's quickly move on to the final story, please. Dominic's wire has buzzed in, and I'm happy that you have, because you have actually been somewhere related to ice and snow, haven't you?
Exactly. If you look at the picture, I've not been there, but I have been somewhere which has very similar ice sculptures very recently.
Okay, ice kind of looks the same wherever you go, you know? Like, I think snowflakes, they're like, you know, Chinese, Japanese, Korean people, you know? Because they are technically all different, but they do actually look the same. Anyway, so, yes.
They don't look
Disagreed.
the same.
We don't look, you know, the same. And to be honest, you know, Americans, Europeans, whatever, you guys look kind of similar too.
Rule 1, how to annoy Chinese and Japanese and Korean people.
Well, Dominic's not angry with me. That's good. Okay. Anyway, and I've made a lot of neo-Nazi friends. Good. Okay, but talking about your trip, you went to Harbin, didn't you?
I went to Harbin, then I went to a city even further north called Heihe.
Heihe. Okay, and what did you do in Heihe?
I did a few reports about the Russian influence because the city's on the border with Russia and it's kind of split by a river. On one side of the river is Russia, on the other side China.
How many people usually pay attention to your reports?
Millions, Rob. It's impossible to say.
Okay, well, we've got one over here. Yes, who was it?
I did pay attention to his story.
Have you,
And
which
me too.
two?
Thank
Join
you.
in.
Anyway, let's not wrap it up just yet. Also, this place is called Jingyue Snow World Festival, and it's in a province called...
Jilin.
Yes, it is. There we go. When I need real news, I go to Lu Yan. Very good. And the exhibits include a life-size church. Apparently only foreigners are allowed in that. A stately home, a Disney-style castle, and a herd of galloping horses. The horses are beautiful, Dominic.
It's just breathtaking. The size of the sculptures, the accuracy and the beauty of the
Just
of
a
the
yes
snow,
would
Rob.
do. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Also, apparently there is an ice-carved octopus slide track. Do you have any idea what an octopus slide track is?
I know what an octopus is.
Well, you
I've
work
not-
at Lalor, don't you? Of course you do.
I've not seen one, but it sounds fun.
It sounds like you chuck octopus down there, or octopi, whatever they are, and see which one reaches the bottom quickest. I genuinely don't know. Lu Yan, you host The World According to Words. This is a phrase, octopus slide track. Earn your salary and tell me what it means.
Unfortunately, I've never seen one, so I cannot
Oh
tell
dear, okay. Well, anyway, how does it feel to retire today?
you. I guess it's okay.
What would you carve if they said, He Young, here's a block of ice, carve
Oh my God, are
something?
you kidding me? Michael Jackson! You know, the huge sculpture that you see in history, you know, and a variety of
The one that he
promotional
sent down the
movies.
Thames?
Ooh, I wouldn't mind that at all.
Okay, okay, there we go. Yes.
I would carve out a sculpture of you and put it here so we will suffer
And watch
less
it-
humiliation
No,
and
watch
pain.
it melt.
Melt.
Watch it
Watch it
melt.
melt.
He'd wet his trousers, like that guy in the
That's
bus.
why these lies are here.
This is getting funnier and funnier. Okay, we should probably wrap it up really soon. But Liu Yan, have you actually tried ice carving before?
No, because I'm just no good. I know that for a fact.
These anecdotes are becoming more fascinating. Dominic, you can tell me where they get the ice from, at least in Harbin.
They get it from the river, Rob. There's a huge river, Songhua River, and they employ dozens of guys who I was wearing 3 pairs of long johns under my trousers, 2 hats, loads of clothes. These guys were wearing almost next to nothing. They were pulling out these huge.
Would it have been
lumps of
embarrassing
ice.
if in Heihe or Harbin you'd picked up a lady, taken her back to your hotel room, and had to peel off each individual item of clothing one by one?
It would if some of it was made of rat.
Okay, but seriously, it would take you 45 minutes to get out of your clothes, and by the time you'd done it, she'd probably be asleep,
Yeah, that is.
which would be illegal.
That is a dilemma which I did not face, Rob.
Okay, okay. Have you ever faced such a dilemma before?
We can speak after the show.
Oh, you sound like Jing Jing now. Okay, well, let's very quickly wrap it up. Don't forget, if you want to follow the show on Weibo, that is down below. And if you want to email in with any opinions about rat coats or eating rats or Dominic taking off his clothes, the email address is also down below. Dominic, did you have fun?
I had a wonderful time, Rob.
Okay, we had a wonderful time with you too. He Young, hello.
Hello.
What about you?
I'm feeling better and better.
I've got to say, your legs look fine today. It's
what's
Dominic's
going on there?
please. I don't know if that was on camera. I hope it was. Jing Jing, you haven't been touched by Liu Yan. Do you feel a little sad?
Yeah, a little.
Because I'm just no good. I know that for a fact.
Okay, she worked in PR. And Liu Yan, what about you? How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Wonderful. Okay, well, let's wrap it up. We'll see you again for more C4 next week. Bye for now. Hey.
Bye.